Hello everyone. Our today's topic is cost concept. So in this cost concept, basically we are going to do two types of cost, that is explicit cost and implicit cost. So let's get started. Now what is cost? Cost is used for analyzing the cost of the project in short run and in long run. For example, if I'm using a pen and I wanted to analyze, I can analyze the cost of this pen in short run also and in long run also. So basically the cost is the sum total of explicit cost and implicit cost, and this cost of pen also includes both types of cost, explicit also and implicit also. Now the question is, what is explicit and what is implicit cost? Now explicit cost is the actual money expenditure or payment made to outsiders for hiring their factor services. So basically explicit means if you are hiring any services, if you have taken any services from the outsider and you are making actual payment to them, that is considered as explicit cost. Okay, for example, wages paid to the employees, rent paid for the hired premises, payment for the raw materials, payment of advertisement, payment of publicity, selling expenses, payment for the freight, okay, carriage. All this comes under the explicit cost if you are making payment to the outsider. All right. Next is implicit. Now what is implicit cost? Basically implicit cost means the cost of self supplied factors. So it is the estimated value of input supplied by the owners including normal profit. Look at the definition carefully. See what it is saying: estimated value of inputs supplied by owners. So it means whatever the inputs which is supplied by the owner, we have to take the estimated value of those things. Okay, for example, if the business owner is providing his own services, then we have to take the estimated value of his services. Okay, if he is providing, he has invested his capital in the business, then we have to take the value of that in estimated value of that capital also. For example, he has provided building to the for the business, then we have to take the estimated value of that also. Rent value we are talking about, imputed value of the rent. Okay, so which include, see, this implicit cost also includes the normal profit, because owner earns the normal profit, so normal profit is also comes under the implicit cost. Now how to measure the implicit cost? Implicit cost is measured by determining the value of the self-supplied factors in terms of their market price. Okay, so it is measured by determining the value of self-supplied factors in terms of their market value. Now implicit cost is calculated. Why we are calculating? Because if such factors were not owned and used by the entrepreneurs, if I am not using my factors or the services, then I would have hired them for some from outsiders. So the imputed value of factors, that is implicit cost, is included in the total cost of productions. Alright, now next we have the examples for the explicit and implicit cost. The examples for explicit: wages paid to the laborers, payment for the raw materials, rent paid for the building, depreciation on plant and machinery, etc. All these examples comes under the explicit cost. Now example for implicit cost: example like interest on capital, rent of own building, etc. It includes the estimated normal profits also, because normal profit is also belongs to the business owner. Okay, now here is one example. Basically it is a question, so you have to find out the explicit and implicit cost from this question. An individual is both the owner and the manager of a shop taken on rent. Okay, find out the explicit cost and implicit cost. Now individual is both the owner and manager. Okay, first thing, implicit cost we have to find. Implicit means cost of self-supplied factor. So what the question is saying, he is both the owner, so the profit which the owner is earning, that comes under implicit cost. Manager, he is working as a manager, so salary of a manager, that will also come under implicit cost. So normal profit we can say, and the salary of manager, that will become under implicit cost. Now what is explicit? See, he has taken the shop on rent, so he is making payment to the outsider, so the rent of the shop is considered as explicit cost. Okay, Now next is the difference between explicit cost and implicit cost. So it should be in table form. First point for the difference is meaning. So meaning we have already discussed. Explicit, it is a payment made to the outsider for hiring the factor services. For implicit, it is a cost of self-supplied factor. Second is money payment. Explicit cost involves actual money payment in buying and hiring the inputs. Well, while implicit cost, it involves the imputed value. Okay, we always take the imputed or the estimated value of the factors owned by the firm. So there is no payment involved in this. Third is example. Payment of wages, rent, insurance premium, etc. All this comes under the explicit cost. And for implicit, interest on capital, rent of own land, etc. will come under the implicit cost. So that's all for the day.